Hey folks, welcome to the U18 Weekly Cup Series. There's going to be Bullet on the broadcast. That with me, John alongside is going to be a fresh face today, Mr. Dash. And Dash, how you doing, man? And welcome to the stream.
I'm doing great. I'm excited to get this started. I'm excited to see these matchups. I know we got a banger ahead of us. OMiT Brooklyn versus Unreal Nightmare. Guys, we have our two top teams, the two top Titans going against each other, fighting for this top, or honestly, just to see who's the best out of the two. I know the chat's excited. I know everybody kind of has an inkling and an idea of who may come out on top here. But I mean, hey, I'm excited to see the battle, no doubt, and just maybe see Unreal come out on top here.
Yeah, for the past couple of matches and the past couple of cups for the part where I have been here casting some of these teams, talking about the side of Unreal Nightmare, especially, they have actually, faced off a lot of these well-placed teams in the past week one, I would say, in the week two groups, I would say. But talking about the side of OMiT Brooklyn, they have been performing exceptionally well. So I feel like, yes, there's going to be a very, like a cutthroat competition, like going to be a very head-to-head chase between these two, teams fighting off for the for the next couple of stages. But all comes down to a part that they get their bans right, they get their placement right, and get their overall gameplay right when it comes down to the final game. But also, folks, let's take a look at the overall bans. I would say let's take a look at what are going to be the maps coming into the play between these two teams.
Yeah, absolutely. We have I believe a red card, Hacienda, Vault, and Dealership as that last S&D. If we do get to it, which I mean, hey, I would love. I'm a big fan of a map 5. Give me a bang out map 5, round 11. Let's see it all. And I think these two teams are definitely some of the teams that we could potentially see making that happen, without a doubt. But going into a red card hardpoint, first off the rip, we've brought that back into the rotation here. I know some teams are mad about it. I think overall, pretty much everybody agrees that it's one of the better maps overall for hardpoint that we have inside of our rotation now. But I mean, just going straight into it, what do you expect to hear, Bullet? Or do you think OMiT's coming out on top, or we might see Unreal kind of shake things up first map?
I feel like when it comes down to the very first map of Hardpoint, just keeping what map is it specifically, I feel like both of the teams are going to experiment a little bit of what they can actually, can expect from their opponent team on how they can actually counter some of the strats coming up, especially on a map like Red Card, where you have a lot of these angles and opportunities where you can actually counter out your opponent in a very straightforward manner. But again, I would say with the first map can be anyone's game. But looking at the side of Hashi, and then we have the Search and Destroy on the next game, I feel like that is going to be that one particular map where both of the teams will actually give each other hell and make them run for their money.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think Hacienda, or not Hacienda, sorry. What is it? Red card is one of those maps that, like, it can get out of hand very quickly if you aren't on top of your rotations. But these two teams, solid teams that we have ahead of us that honestly know how to play the game pretty well, know how to stay on top of those rotations. But
Definitely.
we see it. You guys are excited. We have the map loading up for us already. We have a Hacienda, red card in front of us. I'm excited to get this one rolling. I think we have OMiT Brooklyn starting off on the better side, if I remember correctly. So we'll see how they take this break off. But I mean, hey, I'm looking to see our SMGs kind of go crazy on this map as we look to hide, maybe even the rest of the I think it's Hyde and Nate, who are our two SMGs on this team, that are going to kind of go crazy. So I'm looking for them to start things off, get things going, solve with the AR right off the rip. But we see Super getting straight into that hill, getting some hill times. Hyde going to hit that flank, trying to get some secure for this next hill, because he knows the next side of the map is going to be the most important. And with that being said, we get a clean 4 dead, and Hyde taking 3 with him, starting it off. Like I said, two SMGs on the map.
Yeah, a couple of good plays coming up from the side of former Brooklyn, and especially the guy side Hyde, sorry, going up for straight up 3 back-to-back kills. I think that to a 4 now, and definitely playing a lot better with that SMG compared to what we are able to see from a lot of these other players coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare. But I would say just to start, folks, anything can happen. time. Of course, we do see the pinch coming up very well actually from the side of Unreal Nightmare to kind of like wait a little bit and find that and seize that opportunity to cover those utility plays. And we do see actually a lot of that action happening on towards the hill right now. There's actually going to be the side of lane that's going to be taking up the side of the skill. We do see a couple of one of the players, the side of Super Team, and the other one trying to like just pinch down. All of the players are trying to push on to the side of Phil, but for the better of it, it's going to be now OMiT Brooklyn to get back control of this particular hill in their side.
Yeah, and they're taking an early lead. We see them having that early lead. That Big 4 did. It helped them to get some hill time on that P1. But we see Unreal doing a good job of fighting back, making sure that they can get that time, chipping away at this lead just a little bit more and more. But OMiT trying to make sure that they stay ahead, staying on this hill with, I believe, about yeah, this next hill is about to pop. So last few seconds, we have to focus on these rotations. But Unreal is still there trying to get some of that hill time. But as we focus onto this next side, I believe it is going to be the side of Unreal already in that hill, waiting for it to pop. Sovereign is there though, does get one. High is able to collapse and get a second, opening up some space for OMiT to make some plays.
Yeah, right now we do see the side of actually OMiT to be that one team, whether it's the new hill or the rotation is happening in. They're actually able to perform better on the overall pinch to just kind of like sandwich out all of the players. Right, but also to be that team to just proceed straight forward and be the first team to touch down towards the objective point. But right now, again, it's going to be but it's going to be two of the players that can't going back to the hill. Baby comes up and get taken down. Precision on the other hand, take the side of Sorry out. He gets a double with that SMG. Someone's going to come in from the back and Busy gets one. He will be traded out for a good kill, but we do see a lot of that, back and forth action. The trade game, the trade fest happening. So very well done from actually both sides. Just not let any of other teams, any one of them to get the upper hand in a major way.
Yeah, and you kind of though want to recognize what you're saying exactly. That they're doing a good job of just not letting you get out of hand. But if you kind of look at the kills here in the kills department, OMiT is doing a good job of taking it control, getting those kills. But Unreal just making it epic into that hill, playing the correct COD, and just holding down those lanes so they can try and maintain at least some points on these hills and trying to break through. But OMiT every time in the first team there holding majority of these hills. We see it kind of through this first rotation. We're going to have this last set of hills kind of go through, and we're going to have to focus for this P1. So they're taking a lot of time here. Dark trying to do what he can to focus up for these next hill, because he understands that it's a lot of time that they may have lost here on that last hill, but we got to lock in last hill for this rotation. Get a nice 60 here, you can take the lead.
Yeah, for a couple of hills now, it's going to be the side of OMiT Brooklyn to actually kind of like capitalize on the entire situation, able to make that play and get that major lead coming up. 105 to the 60 or 70 points now. Unreal Nightmare back on the hill. There's 3 players to actually boost that up, just get those points as soon as possible. We do see a lot of that assault rifle, especially coming out from the side of Nate and from the side of Sovereign, if I'm not wrong. Utilizing a lot of that assault rifle play in a very good way actually. You see High getting up a double, but now it's going to be a good trade fest yet again to just kind of like stop the entire peak coming up from the side of OMiT. But as soon as they get another opportunity, they're able to just get back to the middle point and extend their point lead on the overall round score. But right now it's 118 to 80. Definitely looks like OMiT Brooklyn are kind of like having that upper hand in the entire escalation and the entire engagement coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare, especially I would say for the side of Nate and Hyde. They're around 21 and 6, Nate around 15 and 13. Kind of tells a lot about how they're able to just kind of get back-to-back kills for their teams, able to just pinch down all of the opponent players coming up from the middle lane and the third lane over there. So a job very well done from the side of OMiT Brooklyn. But now as I just speak about the side of OMiT Brooklyn, it's going to be the side of Unreal Nightmare to kind of like get back to the chase down and crossing that 100-point marker here at the first map of Hardpoint.
I mean, I just want to kind of recognize exactly what you had mentioned. 22-7 for the side of Hyde, 16-14. Don't let the 9-11 and 9-13 for Sovereign misconstrue the situation whatsoever. It's that prowess that these two players on Nate and Hyde are able to put on the map. Apply that pressure that is making sure that they can maintain this lead. But with that being said, Unreal Nightmare, they are playing absolutely Jay COD. No matter what those kills are saying, I believe, if you look at the kills department, everybody on the side of Unreal is negative. But if you look at that skill, or I mean, if you look at the deficit is not too far apart. Only 20 seconds between these two teams. And we see Webby trying to see if he can make a difference here, hitting that flank, but he does get cut off. Sovereign is able to pick him up, getting another kill, making it a big three-piece for Sovereign, while on this hill maintaining that lead for the side of OMiT. Only a few more seconds on this hill as they'll have to look for the next hill to pop momentarily, but there's an opportunity here for OMiT to take a big lead.
Yeah, right now we'll be starting to interact with just kind of like stop the side of Brooklyn to get that mighty lead in their side. But it's already going to be that kind of like a case coming up from the side of Brooklyn. They're about to cross at 190 sweet. I would say the sweet 200 spot. They kind of get that confidence that it's our game right now. But at this point of time, it can be anyone's. To be honestly speaking, coming up from the side of Nightmare. Now getting back on that objective control. Gonna get a couple of that numbers up, but as soon as I say it's gonna be the side of Dark to come up back and get straight fires, right? Gonna be a triple for this lad. Dark switching up to his secondary, doing the magic over there. Nate coming up from the third lane, extending the entire pitch, coming up from the side of OMiT. A lot of that action happening just below that staircase, and right as he gets a straight up bloodbath, and Trade Fest busy gets the double with that assault rifle. Is gonna come up with that headshot on that from that SMG right now. It's a straight up just every other respawn is gonna be just 2 or 3 players just going swiftly acting onto the point that they're just gonna push it and just stop the entire control coming up from the side of OMiT Brooklyn, because right now they're now just getting very close towards the victory numbers right now in the first map of Hardpoint.
Yeah, I mean they're closing in on that 200-point mark, getting closer and closer to that victory, that big 250 on the screen. But I'd like to take a second to mention that big three-piece that we saw in the feed gave Unreal Nightmare an opportunity to try and get some points on the board there. They weren't able to take a big amount of points on that hill, but it looks to set them up to success for this hill right here. They are there early. They got the kills to set them in position to get the map control, and now they have to try and maintain this hill here. Webby does get cut down early still though with the trade, able to make sure that they can keep that hill for a few moments longer. Hyde though on the rush to try and get to the hill does get cut down as Webby and Dark on the prowess to make sure that they can maintain those hills, and unable for OMiT to get to the hill. And we look at it, only 10 seconds difference between these two teams. Now OMiT is going to have to make sure they hold, or Unreal is going to be able to make this lead here.
Yeah, right now it's going to be a very tight situation for both of them. Unreal Nightmare actually able to kind of like answer back to all of that pocket trash coming up from the side of OMiT Brooklyn. 191 to the teams actually trying to just get back to this get back to this objective point as soon as they get the opportunity to do so. Right now it's going to be 2 of the players coming up from the side of OMiT Brooklyn, very close towards the point. And they're just waiting in for the side of Unreal Nightmare players to come up on their reticle and just take them out one by one, so they can just kind of like flush out the entire team and then go back to securing the objective. Right now it's going to be the side of Bailey coming up on this corner trying to flash. It's actually not going to be any of the utility play coming up from any of these teams. We did saw a lot of that large quantity of that utility play, especially those stunts coming up from the side of Brooklyn. Unreal Nightmare against the side of Brooklyn when they were able to kind of like get onto that stronghold defense on that first objective point. But right now it's going to be the side of BD, back to the 5 killing spree as you can see in the game as well. 215 to 179 might be a victory, first map victory coming up from the side of Brooklyn. But again, look at those numbers, man. 39 to 18 coming up from the side of Hyde. It's going to be Nate V on 27 and 25. every other player coming in from the side of Brooklyn is just showing up those really extra large numbers where you kind of like need those confidence to just like shut down your opponent in a good old fashioned court way.
I mean, you saw it from the moment that I had mentioned that Hill, OMiT was able to maintain majority of every single second on that hill laying down over on the stadium side. And now we go to this P1. They maintain control, maintain the ability to keep Unreal off of it. And Unreal have maybe gathered about 10 seconds overall in the past two hills. OMiT Brooklyn 250 to 179 with a powerful weak map one to start. They take it. It's a great and solid win out of the boys.
Yeah, coming up from side of Unreal Nightmare, I would say they definitely they were definitely able to kind of like flush out the entire team for quite a couple of times for the entire duration after the 79 or the 80 point marker coming up from side of Homer Brooklyn. They were able to actually answer it back when it comes down to just winning those gunfights and getting those skills right. All of the players in Unreal Nightmare are just except one are 25 plus skills, so they were able to kind of like get those skills and they were able to kind of like flush out the entire team of our Brooklyn, but they were just not able to kind of like get on to that point and get those objective numbers in place because that is what it matters the most, because you kind of have the advantage in terms of the round score. You kind of like build up that pressure against your opponent team. But 250 to 179 is a very kind of like a respectable score, but it's going to be their first map advantage coming out to the side of home in Brooklyn. So you kind of like show that reverse sweep coming up from the second map itself, because that is going to be a search and destroy on the map of Hashi.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, we're going over onto a Hacienda S&D. I'd like to take a second to mention, like you said, they were able to find kills for the side of Unreal here and there. They were doing a good job of making sure that they can, we saw Dark popping those three pieces. We saw the all red in the feed. It was lighting up. They just needed those big moments where they weren't able to lock down those hills. They would get there first and then get broken immediately, and have to make sure that they maybe I'm not a big person that cares about kills too much, at all. You care about playing the game correctly, but
Yeah.
there's times where maybe you could have just ironed up, hold a lane a little bit longer, and maybe you would have been able to maintain that hill a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
maybe we go back, we watch that back, because like I said, they were keeping it close no matter what the kills were saying. We were looking at a score line of 170 and 180 at one point. Don't like, you
Yes.
know what I mean? The game ended 250 to 170, but it was a close game. That last two hills, the last rotations, the OMiT turned up. They were able to lock them in, and they kept them off that hill. You just got to kind of replicate that if you're on the side of Unreal. But like you said, we're going over into our Hacienda Search and Destroy. I'm a big Search and Destroy fan
Same
personally.
here, man.
Who do you think coming out on top here? I'm a dark horse. I'm give me an Unreal Nightmare. Like I said, I'm trying to go a map 5 here, so we need it to come some way.
Yeah, definitely. That kind of like the reverse sweep needs to begin on map number two, and I kind of like go with the philosophy whether it's be any other FPS title. When you have different set of modes coming into the play, especially when it comes out to that card, if your opponent team is able to get hard point, you gotta show them the way and how it's done when it comes down to the second map of Search and Destroy. You gotta have that momentum play. You gotta have that momentum break, getting a full stop from your side onto your opponent team. If not, if it's that becomes a 2-0 case, it becomes very hard to kind of like bounce back on the mode of control because of the limited number of respawns. So I would definitely say for a fact that in terms of the overall positioning play, yes, there were like a couple of gaps here and there coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare. We did saw how Omen Brooklyn, especially just two guys. I didn't saw Nate especially playing a lot of that objective point, if I'm correct. We did saw Nate just going back and forth, rotating all across the map, getting those frags out for his teams. And there were like other
Mhm.
two guys who were on the less number of kills, being on the objective points and being
Mhm.
the players to rack up those numbers on the overall round score. So overall positioning is something I feel that's going to be a very like a methodical play where they need to improve for the side of Unreal Nightmare. But in Search and Destroy, you just need to act on that coordination because it's a 5v5 and at the end of the day. So you just gotta get those numbers in. You just gotta just get those points in to just confirm up those skills, and get that diffuser planted. So overall, it comes down to that fact that, if you ask me honestly, if you just want to win and get those momentum in play, you somehow, by hook or crook, you just need to get that second map victory in your favor.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And like you said, search and destroy is a game mode that it's it's point blank. Period. You have to go on offense. You need to plant that bomb and kill the defense. If you're on defense, make sure that bomb doesn't get planted. Right. I think a lot of people kind of forget the main objective of each side and can make overzealous plays, kind of do too much on the map. And I'm gonna look to see for Unreal to make those correct plays. Like I mentioned inside of that hard point, they were making the right plays, even though they weren't getting the kills, to establish a presence on the map and keep that map close. If they can do that same thing and execute properly as a team on the map in this search and destroy, I think we'll definitely kind of see a nice little battle back and forth from the brains here on the two top teams inside of our league here. Obviously, they're the top teams for a reason. They're able to understand each other and work together in a very efficient way. So excited to kind of see how these teams kind of go out and pair up here. I'm not too sure if oh yeah, we are inside. I really didn't even look
Ooh,
over. We're literally right into it,
yeah.
and it's starting off OMiT getting the first round, literally right as I'm speaking. First round, OMiT Brooklyn.
Overall, it does seems like, if at this point of time, it does seem like Brooklyn are in that zone right now. We did saw how the first frag come up from the side of Brooklyn. Then it was, of course, the trade happening right from the side of Unreal Nightmare. But anyhow, we did saw the kind of like the same pattern when it comes down to hardpoint. But there's anyhow the third or the fourth player just remaining there at the right time to get those final frags in. Right now, of course, Orin will be the guy coming up from the side of Nightmare at the 3-0, those kills back to back. But we do see side of Unreal Nightmare kind of like moving on towards side B, not being sure about the last guy on the corner over there. They just gonna get reverse sweep just like that with its SMG. And boy, oh boy, Unreal Nightmare just getting that win in a pretty sweet, and I would say an easy way. He was just right there. He was just right there, standing, actually thrown down in the corner, and that was like a freebie round being just given away from the side of their opponent team. So Unreal Nightmare getting that second round victory, being that 1-1 scoreline.
Going 1-1 here. Sorry about that, guys. So we do have the team swapped at the top here. We will be getting that adjusted here in just a moment. We do have OMiT Brooklyn on our right and Unreal Nightmare on the left here. So either way, though, our score is tied up 1-1. We're gonna see Dark here trying to hit that left side of the map, but he does get cut down quite quickly. Either working this A bomb, trying to make sure that they don't get it planted. He's gonna just decide to try and just hit them immediately, show a little bit of like his gun right at the top, and just to scare them a little, and it makes them back down. No moves made yet, no bomb planted, but Skill still searching around to see if he can find control on this map. Busy in the back though, already waiting for them to try and make a move. Whatever you do, I'm here waiting on this bomb site. They know that they can't plant A, so they have full control of pretty much everywhere except B, and ready for this retake.
Even if they don't have the overall control, we do see one of the closer player down onto the alley ball, just being very close towards the point, and now making it towards the push. It's going to be a kill coming from side of Skill, making that situation to 2v3 now. Bomb being planted at B. We do see some utilization of the nades on towards that staircase, but in terms of the overall man advantage in a post-plant situation, yes, it always favors the side where you have the maximum number of players alive. But right now, it's that one side which is a very hard on that retake point. Do see this gun coming up, Skill gonna get that one. Now it's a maybe a 1v1, but it's gonna be finally the defender side to just be on that victory on that post-plant situation. Like I said, when it comes down to a post-plant situation, if you're on the defending side, it always favors down onto the man a number advantage. But right now, again, it's going to be side of Unreal Nightmare to get around to that second round victory. Oh, sorry, OMiT Brooklyn.
Yeah, I believe that is going to be Omer Brooklyn. Yes, Omer Brooklyn taking that win. It was going to adjust in just a moment, having Prod switch it up, but we're going to keep up for you guys,
Yeah.
so don't worry. But well, it is Omer Brooklyn taking that round here win for us. The names are going to be right in the back end, so don't worry. That's going to be adjusted. See, here we go. Prod's got it for us. But
Yes.
taking that third round for us overall, it's getting kind of like closing in on Unreal, having to try and make some decisions to see what they want to do with this bomb here. Making sure that they get this bomb down early, and that's what I mean. Like, in this S&D, you kind of forget the game plan. When you're on offense, you want to get that bomb planted early. You have that secure. At least if you end up in a 1v2 situation, 1v1 situation, whatever it is, the other team still has to defuse that bomb. It's kind of like another person just for you. So Hyde's gonna play this bomb, making sure that they can't get on it. He's just gonna be very overzealous, though, kind of say screw it and just wants to play some games. He tried to get a clip there, didn't work out. Now we're tied 2-2 on the map.
Yeah, a good way to actually kind of like show your opponent that we're still alive in the game and we can still do wonders if we are able to kind of just seize that opportunity coming off their way. And a lovely way to just kind of like get on that, retaliation play as well on how they're able to just, counter out the entire strategies coming up from the side of Brooklyn. And this is how you actually want to play in a search and destroy, kind of like a mode where you have a limited number of respawns, limited number of the time period where you have to like just like get onto that site and go plant the bomb at the right spot at the right time. But now it's going to be the side swap again. It's going to be the side of Unreal Nightmare to be on the attacking play. We do see them rushing onto the side of P, and the other side, of course, Omar Brooklyn being onto the center of the map on a pretty good spot to just kind of like assess the entire situation, and then kind of like process down towards the post plant scenario.
Getting over there to this side of the map, trying to see if they can get it planted. They haven't been able, I don't think, for Unreal Nightmare to get a bomb plant down at all yet as an attacker. So we're gonna see if they're gonna be able to do it on this round. A big two-piece combined for the side of Skill and Super that Nate did some good work. I believe it was like a double Nate coming in from the team, but Nate does find that trade, making it a 3v2 situation for the side to make it a 2v2 situation.
Nice.
Now a 1v1, but Unreal coming out on top. I believe that was a good two-piece. I think I'm not sure who that last one was. Was it Dark? I think he might have got a two-piece here at the end here. One, boom, but not that second one. I don't know if he was still weak, but that's a great kill out of Dark, securing that round win for the side of Unreal Nightmare.
Yeah, definitely Dark is being that anchor guy when it comes down to that overall search and destroy action, but us to assist him is gonna be the skill as the guy's skill as well. 8-2 overall KD when it comes down to search and destroy. I feel like like you said, you kind of like don't really care about the kills, but I feel like search and destroy that mode when it comes down to that, kills actually matter, especially when you're in that 1v3 or 1v2 situation. You just need to just kill off your opponent team to secure the round victory for yourself. OMiT has definitely planted the bomb at A. A very quick approach coming up from this team over here. I doesn't know that the guy is just above him. He finally gets him back-to-back killing spree. A quick change of guns, and that's going to be Omer Brooklyn to secure up the third round in their side, the third victory on their side, and kind of like even Steven the entire situation. But that was a little bit of that scenario play that one of the guy was just above you, and the guy prone over there didn't had an idea about him for next couple a good fair share of seconds, honestly.
Getting it tied up. This is just a back and forth game. Like I said, inside of this S&D, we got the two best minds and honestly probably the two best gunnies, like just by standings wise inside of the league. So I'm excited to kind of see if this is just gonna be a back and forth battle of the brains, or if one of these teams would be able to kind of take some dominance or take a solid lead instead of it being a back and forth. But we see, like I said, they haven't been able to get this bomb planted early for the side of Unreal. They do it now, getting that bomb planted in a 3v3 situation though. Sovereign on that flank once again, getting the big kill on that rock. Dark sliding through. I don't know if he got the clown for the player, but Perfect Child gets one. Super Great Child gets a second. 2v1 situation for the side of Unreal Nightmare. Can't lose it, won't lose it, and that is a round win for Unreal Nightmare on an offense. I believe that's going to be 2 offenses in a row. Both teams have just been winning their offenses back and forth. So we're going to need one of these defensive squads to kind of lock in and see if they can take control. That's kind of going to be probably the game winner.
Yeah, I mean, for both of the teams, their attacking rounds are being that very fruitful, choice and fruitful resultant of the entire aggressive play coming out from the both sides. But we did saw the side of former Brooklyn winning that one defensive round as well, so we can definitely say for a fact that Brooklyn is are the side of former Brooklyn is actually able to get some defensive rounds on their side, and they're actually able to kind of like win it for themselves. But right now, it's going to be the side of Dark. It's very opposed to the side of Side. Oh, it's going to be the height to take on the side of Dark. A good nade getting cooked up from the side of Wavy might connect some, but now it's gonna go down for a waste for that utility play. 3v4 is the manpower situation overall, but right now we do see a side of Hyde taking taking another side of skill up onto that upper lobby over there. But we're gonna just come up for that repositioning in. Sovereign gets inside of Wavy. It's a 1v4 now. Super C the last guy alive might get one, but no. There's now going to be back and forth game happening from here. OMiT Brooklyn gets another round to their side.
Getting another round to their side, I believe that's just like I said, going to be another back-to-back win for these offensive squads. I'm kind of just interested to see if we're going to get a defense win. Like somebody's got to lock in, hold down the fort. You just got to make sure the bomb doesn't get planted, and you're good. Stay alive.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. I mean, at this point of time, it is still again anyone's game. Of course, it's a Surgeon who's try the first team to get onto that six round victories. It's going to be the winner, and it's a 4-4 already. Back-to-back trade games happening. It's a trade test. That's Rain comes in from the alleyway yet again. Takes on the
Here's
side
the
of Dark.
defense.
And there you go. It's going to be a 1v2, possibly a round victory. And there you have it, folks. OMiT Brooklyn finally getting that defensive round victory for their side.
And it breaks the little bit of a curse that we've got going inside of the series where, both one team has just been winning back and forth rounds. We have 2 rounds straight here for the side of OMiT Brooklyn. So do we see a third round coming as they are on match point? Do they close it out here, or are we gonna get a chance to see Unreal Nightmare kind of see if they can fight back here? It is a defensive round for them this time. So do we win our defense or are we folding? It's kind of the question. It's going to start off with our bomb here, and it looks like we're going straight back to this eighth side once more, where they were able to quickly take this round, but Webby and Co are ready and waiting. They do spot him out quick, and you see Nate. Wait, he's taking the route back to A from the outside, and now I think they have a free plant straight onto this bomb. Hyde on the flank does get one, and he gets away with his life as well. Sovereign getting a big second as well, making it a 4v2 situation on the map, and it's pretty much all over.
Yeah, I mean, at this point of time, it is going to be the side of OMiT Brooklyn to finally getting that victory coming up for the search and destroy. Of course, the first one we did saw when it comes down to the hardpoint play on how they were able to just counter out on the first map of hardpoint against the side of Unreal Nightmare. A very good gameplay overall coming up for the side of as well. I would say on the second map of Search and Destroy, we did saw actually both of the teams performing really well in those attacking rounds for their side, but like you said it correctly, man, it was a curse which was supposed to be broken, and to just win that and win the entire map. The defensive rounds not getting won any of these one particular team was that curse that was very basically needed to be broken. And that part, it was the side of former Brooklyn did in a really good old fashioned way. And that's going to be a 2-0 overall map score coming up for the side of former Brooklyn.
Yeah, I mean, we're already up 2-0 for the side of OMiT Brooklyn, so it's kind of getting a little bit scary if you are on the side of Unreal Nightmare. Like I mentioned, these two teams are quite honestly very evenly matched. We see it in the gameplay. We see how it is. It's just, sometimes one team may tip the lever a little bit further than the other, and OMiT has done a good job of doing that consistently, I'd say, for the past couple of weeks. So we're gonna go into this control, and we have to see a bit of a light, a better light, or more, impact coming onto the map from the side of Unreal Nightmare if they're going to want to take this map and kind of take us to a map 4 and hopefully a map 5 if they want to actually, take this series and maybe get that reverse sweep started. But it's only going to start here on this control.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. If I feel like there should have been a win coming up for the side of 100. Like if they wanted to, get back on that series, play overall, and remain alive at this point, I feel like Search and Destroy has to be your game if you're not able to get onto that first map. But again, anything can again happen at this point of time and this game of God. And let's see on how they can actually able to play again on the map of Hashi, which is going to be the control mode. You have a limited number of spawns, which can actually end up very quickly if the aggressiveness of your opponent just kind of like shambles your way one after another.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe we mentioned it earlier. We're going into our control and we have what is it? Let's see if we can find the maps
It's
quickly.
Hashi again. It's Hashi again. It was red
Hacienda?
card Hashi,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Vault.
Yeah, Hacienda. There we are, Hacienda again. So, we kind of have a situation where you were just on this map, right? So, if you're Unreal Nightmare, you had some great rounds, you had some shines of light, but you obviously didn't get the success that you wanted. You have to take that same oomph that you had in that S&D, and kind of take that into the control. I think control is I'm not gonna say it's like a big scale S&D because it's really just a mesh of more hardpoint just with like lives. But you do have to make sure that you're working together as a team on control. I think control is one of those game modes that really does emphasize what you're doing on the map and when you're doing it on the map. That's one of
Exactly.
those game modes where if you're not making the right play at the right time, it's gonna be highlighted very easily by the scoreboard. And honestly, we're gonna see these kind of two teams go at it back and forth. Hacienda control isn't probably my favorite control map. I'm more of a vault fan. I don't know why I'm more of a vault fan, but I think that map just like feels better. Hacienda just kind of looks chaotic, but I think these two teams thrive in the chaos. So that's probably their goal. Probably try and get one of the teams off foot, off balance, and kind of catch them off guard. So whoever had that pick, I mean, hey, we're excited to see if we can get the map win here. And like I said, if Unreal can come on top, we can take it to a map 4 and go over to a vault hard point. But I think if we aren't going into it, we can kind of kick it to a quick
Totally break.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll be right back right into the gameplay, guys.
Yes. As well, 215 to 179 is might be a victory, first map victory coming up from side of Brooklyn. But again, look at those numbers, like 39 to 18 coming up from side of Hyde. It's going to be Nate to be on 27 and 24.
Quick, and you see Nate. Wait, he's taking the route back to A from the outside, and now I think they have a free plant straight onto this bomb. Hyde on the flank does get one, and he gets away with rotations, but Unreal is still there trying to get some of that hill time. But as we focus onto this next side, I believe it is going to be the side of Unreal already in that hill, waiting for it to pop. Sovereign is there though, does get one. High is able to collapse and get it
Hey folks, welcome back to the matchup, and we're gonna jump in directly back into the game, folks. It's gonna be third map of Hashi. Let me remind you, folks, OMiT Brooklyn has already taken up a 2-0 map score line, a 2-0 map score advantage on their side, and again, it's going to be the side of Hashi where I feel like maybe Unreal Nightmare can switch things up. Dash, and of course, folks, I'm being joined alongside by on the caster's desk with Mr. Dash. We have actually kind of enjoyed the entire game coming up from both sides, Dash. But what do you think? Maybe a swing of tails coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare, or what do you think? OMiT Brooklyn can take it away with a 3-0 map score.
I mean, hey, I'm excited. I'm hoping for it. We see Unreal Nightmare starting things off early. They do have a big life advantage starting things off, going on to this defensive round, not allowing OMiT Brooklyn to get any of these points as well. So keeping them off with only 42 seconds remaining, 18 lives left with a 4 life advantage. They're doing just enough with Super Season on a big 5 spree, doing just enough to keep them off for a moment longer, but we'll see if they can maintain. Only 30 seconds left, and it'll be a round win for them. A nice defensive round in the books.
Yeah. Let's see at this point of time, a lot of that kills coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare. I think that's a good set of advantage. 20-30. It's a straight up, I would say, in a 50% domination. I would say honestly coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare, but they gotta get these back-to-back 2 rounds or 3 rounds in their favor to get the first map of control on their side. The first, we do see the side of Brooklyn pushing on toward the side of site A. We do see a couple of the segments being done. Actually, it's going to be one of the picks already being done on the side of site B. Contested point scenario at the fountain over here. Heights going to get taken care of. That comes up from the back. We do see the side of now. It's going to be Unreal Nightmare. Pretty good old-fashioned way of kind of like dominating your opponent and just like not giving them so many chances. And this is how you gotta play at this point. 2-0 map score, and you just have to show no mercy to your opponent. I mean, of course, this is a tournament, operate tournament. You just gotta have show no mercy to your opponent, but it just feels like they are pushing all of the green boxes and doing those green takes, or what kind of mistakes they were doing in map number 1 and map number 2.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. They kind of need to do that right off the rip. Make sure that they can maintain, or not maintain, but at least show. Sorry, a little bit of background noise, but at least show that they're still here, and trying to fight back. You know what I mean? They have to at least try and take a round, and taking the first round off. Kicking things off early, kicking things off hot is going to be the best set for success for them. So we see skill though, getting the first blood on the map. Good side for the team, getting onto this B point early, trying to get some ticks and keep some lives. But a big 3-piece, make that 4 dead for the side of Unreal Nightmare. OMiT Brooklyn are gonna try and take some map control here, open up the map, but big push through the middle of the map, trying to see if they can get onto this 8-point maybe, but Sovereign is high, 2-piece, ready for you. How you doing? They cannot make any push towards any point.
Hoping to see some changes coming up from the side of OMiT Brooklyn as well. They know for a fact that they got the first round of this control in their side. Now they're slowly and steadily, maybe going on to the similar way on how Unreal Nightmare was able to pinch them down on the first round of control. We do see the side of OMiT trying to move on onto the side of side B now. A couple of players going to be still right there onto the B side to answer them back. It's coming up from back as well. 2 good kills for the side of Super Season, and yes, it will be the side of Unreal Nightmare to finally start the capturing on the side B.
Getting onto this point just for a few seconds to try and capture that progress on the B point, but they are contested for a few moments. High coming in with a big flank, big 2-piece onto it. Nobody was watching. Webby is in a position to see him, but he isn't able to catch him out whatsoever. Does get one to try and stop this time for a few seconds, but he is going to get cut down. I'm sorry, his teammate's going to get cut down, so he's the only one lone soldier remaining, while 2 people are pushing him. Busy and Co combined to cut him down. Only 22 seconds though remaining for Unreal Nightmare to try and make something happen. They're over on that A point, trying to see if they can maybe make some progress there, but they do get cut down early. Dark watching from above, so he has a little bit of help for the team to try and keep them alive for a few more seconds. But they have to try and take one of these points and try and take some control, or this map is all over.
Yeah, slowly and steadily, Unreal Nightmare are losing onto that entire grip on the map, honestly taking over. Coming out from defense, but oh, he's gonna get caught off guard right now. So we do see this out of Busy coming up from the same angle as the other players are coming in, and yes, it might be a pretty good play coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare. Gets on to 9-6, 9-5, final 5 respawns left. It can be anyone's game from here though. It's a Unreal Nightmare, a good fighting back coming up from their side, and how they have just not just getting on to the final 4 kills and not just giving it away. No response there from both sides now. 4-3. Point B is secure from the side of Unreal Nightmare. Moving on to the other side.
Only 4 lives remaining for the side of OMiT, but only 1 life remaining for the side of Unreal Nightmare, and that life only lasted a few seconds as they do take a solid defensive round, pairing up this this map to a 1-1 tied map for both sides. Both sides taking their defense and making sure that they can lock down. They're just the opposite of what they were doing on the side of the S&D, but it's good to, like, you have to win your defenses, and so one of these teams are gonna have to try and see if they can take they were making good progress on these offenses, but actually take their offense, and that's going to be the difference maker.
Yeah, overall, a great set of play, honestly speaking, coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare, especially in those tense situations. Even though it was the side of Homer Brooklyn to confirm that up, it was a great overall positioning play, honestly, again, coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare. Down to final 5 and 6 response left, they are just not giving away those kills. So, this is how they are winning those gunfights, affecting the overall positioning and coordination of the team. That was really, really superb play. Now, first down to the final round, because this is OMiT down to that third round. It can be anyone's game now, because OMiT's got 1 round, and we also have 1 secured up from their side. Again, it can be anyone's game from here, because both of the side have secured 1-1 each. They have to secure be the team to secure the first 3 rounds on their side. So overall, a great turn of those at a great show of competitive spirits from both sides when it comes down to that third map of Control, because we did saw kind of like Homer Brooklyn, especially on the map of Hardpoint on the first one, because that was a resultant of 250 to 179. We did saw Homer Brooklyn getting those numbers and getting those kills in. But in terms of the, just flushing out the entire team and kind of like resetting the entire response, it was the side of Unreal Nightmare to do the maximum of flush against the side of Brooklyn. So hoping to be on that kind of like a mindset coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare, because they gotta be on that mindset, because if this map goes away for the side of Brooklyn, this is going to be done and dusted from this weekly cup over here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously these boys both want to win on both sides of the coin. Unreal Nightmare, though, they have to win this one here in order to even try and push it further. They're on this hill to try and take it if they can. Almost just for a few moments, but they did get cut down. Unreal is there, but we see them trying to make progress still onto this B point. If you are OMiT Brooklyn, you have solid control, as well as you see number 2 pushed up on the map, trying to gather some presence and trying to make sure that they do push out on this map after they get this B point, which they do. So another minute on the clock for you if you are the side of OMiT Brooklyn, and also you have a 2 life remaining. Was 3, now 3 once more. So you have this life this life advantage, and you just have to make sure to keep it. But if you're on the side of Unreal Nightmare, your main goal is to keep them off of this 8 points. So stay alive, try and maintain the lanes and keep control. OMiT Brooklyn, though, doing a good job of keeping that slaying prowess.
Yeah, 13-8 now. Not a lot of lines left from both sides, but especially no number of limited response left for the side of Unreal Nightmare. 12-5, almost a double advantage coming up for the side of OMiT now. And yes, there really are no response remaining for the side of Unreal Nightmare. Just 2 left, and this will be a pretty quick victory coming up for the side of OMiT yet again on the second round victory coming up for their side on the third map of Control. Of course, it's a Hashi for the side of Control. I would say it's just a small map overall. For the sort of search and destroy, it kind of becomes very tense situation, and the hard point as well. But for the side of Control, it kind of restricts you in some way, especially when you are not able to just grip against your opponent team in a advantageous manner overall. But right now, 2-1 is the score line. Just one more round needed for the side of home Brooklyn to shut this down with a 3-0 map score.
I mean, and I think we kind of see the saw right there. We had a few lives just get thrown away pretty quickly over on the side of Unreal Nightmare. It went from a 10 to 13 life event, or sorry, a life count to a 13 or sorry 11 to 2 life count in the matter of seconds. And Unreal just kind of pushing the lanes that they didn't really need to push, make OMiT push them and just hold your irons, win some gunfights. But we kind of see them, they're doing just that now on this attacking side. They know they shouldn't have lost that defense. They kind of just let it go, and they have to try and maintain this push over on this attacking side, going over towards the 3 points. Skills and mining for 2. Webby getting the third and fourth as well, making that a big 4 dead for the side of OMiT Brooklyn. And Dark is pushed up over on that right side of the map, kind of keeping them pushed spawning out and allowing Unreal Nightmare to gather more time on this clock. It is now 2 minutes remaining on this clock, and you do have a life count advantage. All you have to do here is just play your life, play together, and start trying to take some ticks off this hill.
Yeah. Let's see, 21-22 now. Very close game coming up on the first minute of the entire matchup. We do see the side of it. A lot of that heavy SMG utilization coming up from the side of Brooklyn. Nate gets one, skill goes down on the same side where we did saw the first heavy encounter in the first play. So it's gonna be the side of Nate to get stunned with the flashbang coming in. We do see another kill coming up from the side of Wavy. Takes down the side of 5 with a headshot of that assault rifle. 18-20 now. Everybody from actually both sides playing very cautiously. We didn't saw so much of like a safe play coming up from both sides on the other rounds of Control.
And they have to try and make sure that they can actually lock in this round here. You did a good job of getting that first point, but OMiT is doing an even better job of keeping you off of this last one. Sovereign making sure he takes that last person off, but a few seconds will go towards the side of Unreal Nightmare as Webby does hop onto this point, but he's the last one in the area, and Sovereign and Nate won't let it happen. Super Season is able to try and slow down this clock once more, stopping the time, hopping on. You do still have a life count advantage if you're on the side of Unreal Nightmare, but there's only a few seconds remaining for you to try and make the play. And will they do it? Busy up top, catwalk, trying to push through. He does have sights on the person on the hill, but his teammates is able to do it for him. And there's only a few 40 seconds remaining for Unreal Nightmare, but they are on this hill. He's in an advantageous spot. Super Season, great kill, able to get one, but is traded for another. They're still losing this hill, and I believe stacking it only a few seconds until it's gone, but they do hop on. If you're on the side of OMiT Nightmare, Webby, 1 second remaining. I'm sorry, one chance remaining for him to try and stop this clock, but OMiT Brooklyn in a position to stop it once more. It's only 1 tick for Unreal Nightmare to win this, but will OMiT Brooklyn be able to stop them with only 3 lives remaining for the side of Unreal Nightmare?
A very close one indeed. I mean, in terms of the point left, it's going to be the side of Unreal if they're able to capture out the A side as well, because they got that advantage on the B side. But right now, in terms of the overall lives, it's a very close game. 2-2 now. It's going to be a 2v2. Comes up from behind. It's going to get taken care of, and now it's going to be the side of actually Unreal Nightmare to secure off the victory, to just survive for their 1-1 final round, my friend, against the side of Brooklyn, because at this point of time they are on a 2-0 scoreline. They just need to just like finish off the last round of Control on the third map of Control to just secure this victory. For the side of Unreal Nightmare, is going to be a long way ahead to kind of like come back on the similar map score against what they are standing right now against the side of OMiT Brooklyn. It's a 2-2 scoreline on the map of Control. One final round. Let's see who gets it. At this point of time, it all comes down to that Unreal Nightmare is actually able to play a lot on that offensive play a lot around on that on those sides, and they're able to just get those segments ticked up on their side. And the exchange of utilities, Hyde will be able to take down the side of skill. Skill was completely kind of like prepared for that gunfight overall, but it looked in some other way that the opponent was the better one over there in terms of just winning that gunfight.
Sorry, give me one moment. No, sorry, just dealing with another issue. But yes, like you mentioned, they're doing a
Yeah,
good job of trying to maintain this. They are
yes,
able
yes.
to take that round for if you are on the side of OMiT Brooklyn. So you're making it a 2-2 situation, tied up once more. And like I said, we have that round 11. I'm sorry, that round 5 overtime round for this control. I mentioned the two brightest brains on this U18 in this U18 scene. Excited to see them both go at it and who might take this on top. But we have Unreal Nightmare inside of this defensive side, so they are on a more advantageous side to be able to take this win. But unfortunately, we'll see if they're going to be able to do it, or because we've had more players actually, sorry, we had more teams in this game specifically when they're attacking over the defense.
Yeah, at this point of time now, it is still a very kind of like a do and die situation for the side of Unreal Nightmare. They are on 16 to 15 now. Still trying their level best, though. We do see the side of skill on the other hand, making sure that he's on the balcony and slowly steadily approaching up on the side B now. Just it's gonna be the play, but he will really eventually take it down from the side from Brooklyn. B has been completely getting shambled from the side of Brooklyn, though. But we do see the pinch and the push coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare. Not a lot of time left on the clock, though, but still going to be a lot of that lives left from both sides. 11 to 14 of 3-band power advantage coming up for the side of Unreal Nightmare. Make it exactly 3. That was 4 in the last time. Make it 2 now. We do see back-to-back kills actually craving it for the side of former Brooklyn. And now it's going to be just 10 seconds on the clock. Trophy system getting deployed to just prevent all of the frags and nades coming off of their way. It's going to be a straight up clear point, and might be the side of former Brooklyn to actually get up the second, and actually side B, and also we do see someone moving on towards side A as well now.
Yeah, and I mean they're on the time with only 0.2 seconds remaining though. So yeah, they hopped up for just a second, and that second is too long. Unreal Nightmare able to take that defensive round, as I said, as well as taking this map 3, pushing us to a map 4, giving us just a little bit more of an opportunity to see if maybe Unreal Nightmare will be able to come out on top and get the first one started.
Yeah, I mean, really, I would say a hard, long fought of victory, kind of like coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare. That have been the case that they might have tried to do a 3-0 on a map like on a mode like Control, but that was like both sides just fighting off each other, going back and forth and proving their might, in a better way overall. But again, it also comes down to the fact that the side of former Brooklyn still having that 2-1 match point advantage in their side. So they just need to finish off. They just need to just finish off the side of former Brooklyn in one final map.
Yeah, I mean, one final map if you're on the side of OMiT Brooklyn, but if you're on the side of Unreal Nightmare, you're kind of looking at it like, hey, we got our first map. All right, now we
Yeah.
just need to lock in and do the rest. You know what I mean? They know that what they did inside of that hard point. They know the mistakes that they made in the first hard point. They, like I said, they kept it close the
Yeah.
entire time. It really just was the slaying prowess wasn't there, and we kind of see the difference here inside of this control. 32 and 27 for Super, 41 for Webby, and kind of 26 and 21 for the other side, kind of doing damage for the other teammates as well. So we see that they're out, we're shooting back now. They're actually ready to fire, and firing on all cylinders. Like I said, Control is a big team game. You have to play as a team and execute properly in order to win that game mode, and they did just that. So hopefully they'll be able to take that same sort of mindset into this hard point, get things done, and we'll see maybe if they'll win this hard point. We'll go to a map 5, get a nice little S&DC dealership. I don't know. We'll see.
It is going to be hard though to actually kind of like reverse sweep the entire round score, a map score from this side. It's going to be a very long way ahead. But before that, folks, jumping on towards the next game, we're going to take a short little break, and we'll be seeing you with map number 4. At this point of time, it is still again anyone's game. Of course, it's a surgeon who's try the first team to get onto that sixth round victories. It's going to be the winner, and it's a 4-4 already. Back-to-back trade games happening. It is a trade fest. That's rain comes in from the alleyway. Caster's desk with Mr. Dash. We have actually kind of enjoyed the entire game coming up from both sides, Dash. But what do you think? Maybe a bit of pace coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare, or what do you think? OMiT Brooklyn can take it away with a 3-0 map score.
I mean, hey, I'm excited. I'm hoping for
Confidence to just like shut down your opponent in a good old fashioned court way.
you saw it from the moment that I had mentioned that hill. OMiT was able to maintain majority of every single second on that. And maintain this push over on this attacking side, going over towards the 3 points. Seems to be skilled and mining for two. Webby getting the the third and fourth as well, making that a big four dead for the side of start things off, get things going. Sav with the AR right off the rip, but we see Super getting straight into that hill, getting some hill times high, gonna hit that flank, trying to get some secure for this next hill, because he knows the next side of the map is gonna be the most important and rotations. But Unreal is still there trying to get some of that hill time, but as we focus onto this next side, I believe it is going to be the side of Unreal already in that hill waiting for the top. Sovereign is there though, does get one. High is able to collapse and get it set. They weren't able to take a big amount of points on that hill, but it looks to set them up to success for this hill right here. They are there early. They got the kills to set the position to get the map control, and
extending the entire pitch coming up from the side of OMiT. A lot of that action happening below that staircase, and right as he gets a straight up bloodbath and trade fest. Busy gets the double with that assault rifle. Is going to come up with that happening on towards the hill right now. They're actually going to be the side of lane, but taking up the side of the skill. We do see a couple of both of the players, the side of Super Team and the other one trying to like just pinch down. All of the players are trying to push up the side of as you can see in the game as well. 215 to 179 is might be a victory, first map victory coming up from the side of Brooklyn. But again, look at those numbers, like 39 to 18 coming up from the side of Hyde. It's going to be Nate V on 27 and 25.
Trying to see if they can get it planted. They haven't been able, I don't think, for Unreal Nightmare to get a bomb plant down at all yet as an attacker. So I'm gonna see if they're gonna be able to do it on this round. A big two-piece combined for the side of Skill and Super that made this.
Hey folks, welcome back to the matchup, and we're going to jump in directly back into the game, folks. It's going to be third map of Ashi. Let me remind you folks, OMiT Brooklyn has already taken up a 2-0 map score line, a 2-0 map score advantage, and the side of Wavy might connect some, but now it's going to go down for a waste for that utility play. 3v4 is the man-power situation overall, but right now we do see a side of Hyde taking another side of Skill up onto that upper lobby over there.
Quick, and you see Nate. Wait, he's taking the route back to A from the outside, and now I think they have a free plant straight onto this bomb. Hyde on the flank does get one, and he gets away with Sorry, give me one moment. No, sorry, just dealing with another issue. But yes, like you mentioned, they're doing
Yeah.
a good job of trying to maintain this. They are
Yes,
able
yes.
to take that round for if you are on the side of OMiT Brooklyn. So you're making it a 2-2 situation, tied up. Starting things off, going on to this defensive round, not allowing OMiT Brooklyn to get any of these points as well. So keeping them off
Yeah.
with only 42 seconds remaining, 18 lives left with a 4 life advantage. They're doing only a few 40 seconds remaining for Unreal Nightmare, but they are on this hill. He's in an advantageous spot. Super season, great kill, able to get one, but is traded for another.
Hey folks, welcome back to the U18 CDL Weekly Cup, and boy oh boy, what a ride has been for both the teams. Unreal Nightmare facing the side of OMiT Brooklyn. OMiT Brooklyn securing the first two maps on their side, and then Unreal Nightmare are still fighting it hard on the side of control. They were able to Both of the teams were able to get up back-to-back 2 points. Now there's that one sorry, up out to that next map now. Sorry, we did saw the third map is secured by the side of Unreal Nightmare. Now up onto that ball map is going to be of course the hard point going back to the mode play. And we did saw how actually the side of OMiT Brooklyn gave it a good way to just kind of like shamble your opponent in the back now when it comes to that hard point up onto that first map of hard point overall. And it was a really good performance for Unreal as well. But the only problem was they were not able to position themselves in a good way and secure those numbers on the ball of that scorecard.
Yeah, I mean, and we kind of going into this hard point, we're expecting to see if Unreal can come out showing that same sort of light that they did in that control and take this hard point maps and try and extend this series as they would love to. Obviously, Sovereign did not love that team kill there, but Busy doing a good job of trying to maintain that power, pushing through. They do get a solid couple of seconds on that first hard point if you are on the side of Unreal Nightmare, and you are also in the first person in the hill for this second hill as well. So you're doing a good job of keeping map control. But if you're on the side of OMiT, you're in the back. You are hide, getting a big three-piece. That last one with the pistol, with the swap. A great kill out of Hyde, taking it everything, doing it all to get into this hill, trying to chip away at this speed that Unreal Nightmare does have. But Webby breaking on in, slowing down that progress for the side of OMiT Nightmare just a little bit. Sorry, OMiT Brooklyn just a little bit. But Sovereign in the back, getting some of that scrap time as we have to look for rotations. And number 3 is already out on the left side of the map, holding down that art side. Number 2 is already waiting for that hill to pop. They're ready and waiting, trying to take that control, set themselves up for success.
Yeah, we do see this out of Unreal Nightmare being onto that smaller advantage of the number score. We do see now the side of OMiT Brooklyn finding their way back. Sovereign is pop of May, not going to result in a very good spot though. But in the end, it's going to be side of Dark. Get picked up by the same need, and that is kind of attached on the explosion of that vehicle. Kind of like very unlucky for that matchup there over there, but right now coming up from the side of OMiT Brooklyn, PC is giving a hard time to see that attacking side coming from the side of Unreal Nightmare in this situation.
And we see OMiT taking a solid lead. They were now they have a lead going into this. Super was in a good position, and Super and Skill were in a good position to hold down the fort for that hill. But OMiT doing a great job of chipping away and making sure that they can get on the hill and take that lead for themselves. Now with a almost 30-second advantage for the side of OMiT Brooklyn as this next hill does pop. But Unreal Nightmare, once again, they're early, ready for that hill to pop. Will they be able to take control and keep control? Big three-piece in the feed for the side of Unreal Nightmare. And we'll see number 3, that's Dark on the left side of the map, trying to do what he can to stay up. He's not going to be able to stay for too long. Gets one on his way out, but he should be able to call everything out, and his teammates should know they're hitting the back.
Oh, it's 64 to 61 right now. It's going to be a very tight situation from both sides. We do see Unreal Nightmare kind of like fighting it back pretty well. Brady and the draw 13 to 6 to 11 to 8. I know it's a hard point, but you gotta get those frags, and you have to just go in for that entire flush of the team. And and just be able to get onto that advantageous point when your team is just fighting off in those respawn. 92 to 61. Now it's going to be a hard case for that Brooklyn, because at this point of time, Unreal Nightmare are making a good progress in map number 4.
Making progress in enough for the team to be able to try and take that lead once more for the side of Unreal Nightmare. It's going back and forth if you are the side of if you're on both of these teams. It's just going back and forth. Unreal Nightmare is about to cross that 100-point mark, though. First team for us, and it is looking like the quite opposite that it was for that first hard point. Unreal Nightmare is keeping their lead and making sure that they keep a solid map presence on this hill and slaying dominance as well. It's kind of looking more positive for the side of Unreal Nightmare this time around, and it's reflecting heavily inside of the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, definitely for the side of Unreal Nightmare, it's going to be hard to it's going to be a good storyline getting written from their side, because they know for a fact that just remain alive in this entire series. They need to secure up map number 4 as well, because they have to not in a very straight up and a straight domination. At this point of time, it's going to be the side of Brooklyn to just struggle a little bit in exploring those hill in their own side. And if for the past couple of seconds, I would say Cyber Nightmare have definitely not even let one of the players to step out to that zone in that hill over there coming up from the side of
this time around, Unreal Nightmares, they're being able to keep that lead. That P2 is popped, and they're once again they're ready for the kill to pop. They're doing a great job of rotating early. Like I said, this Unreal Nightmare team, they might not be the best slayers, even though you see they're doing their job. 16 and 10 overall for Dark, with 17-14 for Webby's, 15-12 for Skill, and Super doing his job, just making sure he maintains getting that hill time as well. Minute and 18 in the hill, is doing everything for his team to make sure that they keep this lead. They're like I said, they might not be the big slayers, but they work as a team to make sure that they can take this win. They do a great job of playing good Call of Duty and being there where they need to be at the right time. We have this hill popping, and they're once again ready for it to pop in the hill. First team there, Sovereign, though, once again getting that first pick off to trade them out. Super, though, Nate and Hyde coming in early with those SMGs. Prowess is coming back. We'll see if they'll be able to turn up here to try and take this lead. About a 20-second difference between these two teams, and we have to get ready for this next hill to pop as well, because this is one of those money hills. We saw the Unreal Nightmare to be able to gather a large quantity of time on this hill just a rotation ago. OMiT Brooklyn is going to look to do that this time around to try and switch this lead.
It can't be anyone's game right now, folks. It's 136 to 140. And boy, oh boy, look at those kills. Hyde at right now is 20 to 15. Nate 18 to 30. Sovereign 18 20 made to 90 right now. Coming up with the corner of the trophy system. It's gonna be decided maybe to take his take him down as soon as he gets the chance to do so. It's 136, a very close affair coming up from both sides, because it's gonna be a do or die for the side of Unreal Nightmare and for the side of victory to secure this off in a 3-1 map scoreline. Overall, a really good play coming up from the side of Super Season. Sees the opportunity, is able to get down to that fast guy over there was trying to shoot up everyone in the down from the balcony area. The fact is going to be side of skills to take him down with an assault rifle.
And we're gonna see we have a lead change here. OMiT Brooklyn is able to take that lead. Like I mentioned, they know about that money coming in for this. It's not bottom art. I forget what the call out is for that hill, but they're taking a nice lead here. 30 seconds, gathered about a solid, I want to say 40 to 50 seconds on that hill, minus a few just for white time, but they kept Super Season as well and Unreal Nightmare trying to do what they can. They kept him off of the hill for as long as possible. The Q1 is about to pop though, and Sovereign doing everything he can to try and stay on this hill, wiggling around, does get 3 combined with his teammates, and allows them to try and push out, gather this time on the hill, and change this lead. About almost a 30-second lead for the side of OMiT Brooklyn. hopping on this hill. If you are on the side of Unreal Nightmare, they're
Yeah.
able to break in though and get on this time for just a moment. We'll see if they're going to be able to actually take anything from this. But Hyde once again showing that he's not ready for this to just end quite yet. He wants some more kills, sliding on through before he gets over to that P2 hill.
Getting up onto that 187, 163 might be a game-changing scenario coming up from the side of OMiT Brooklyn, because they know for the fact that they just gotta secure that one map and just be onto that victory parade over here for now. Getting onto that 195, we can see more than three players standing up, more than two though, standing up onto that objective point coming up from the side of former Brooklyn. For the side of Indian Nightmare, Super is going to make his play, takes on side of Silver, possibly a second one. He was stunned for a minute. He's going to be that trade game happening in. A lot of that trade fest is happening right now, and it is actually going right for both of the side. It is going to be that manpower advantage just favoring in sometimes around for the side of Home and Brooklyn, because again, the position to play something what Unreal Nightmare is not able to counter it out from the first map itself. Because that overall better play in terms of the uh, third map of control, but still I would say on this hard point right here in map number 4, it is something very hard for the side of Unreal Nightmare to just be on that zone right now. So we do see 196 to 204. Another chase down has begun from the side of Unreal Nightmare as well.
And we see a potential for a lead change to happen here in just a few moments. Unreal Nightmare, they have to do it here. They have to hold here. If they don't hold here, it's going to be all over with. OMiT Brooklyn is in a position to try and put themselves in a map victory as well as a series victory. Only about 30 seconds remaining for OMiT Brooklyn to take this win. And Webby trying to do what he can, sliding through, taking off the hill. Busy though, sliding on, got one, is trying to just stay down, keep a few seconds for his team, understands the importance of a few seconds for that time. Closer and closer we get to 250, the closer it is to the win. Sovereign is able to find one, but the rest of it of Unreal Nightmare is going to try and stay alive. They are spawning up in the back. Hyde though knows that and hits a great timing, gets one in the back, but it's still up to them to break on in. It looks like the collapse is coming. Only two people on the hill, and it's a 2v2 for Webby though. So it's now a 1v2 situation by this hill. Make it a 2v2 situation with Nate coming closer, closing in onto this hill. They slide on through and aren't able to find both. If you're on the side of Unreal Nightmare, Nate getting a big 2v is the opportunity to win it here.
Yeah, it's a very small space. You just cannot lay down a lot of that trophy system. Denial of the projectiles come again at 228 to 224. Again, you might be something coming from the side of Unreal Nightmare, but possibly not. And this will be the start of former Brooklyn to finally secure up that map number 4. And overall, with a map scoreline of 3-2-1, especially for the side of Unreal Nightmare, this is probably one of the finest rounds they have played today against the side of Armor. We did saw on the first map of Hardware, there was of left, right, and center, and it was the side of Armor Brooklyn to secure that one of the first hard points. But in the second one, that was a completely a good old improvement coming up from side of Armor Nightmare. But Armor Brooklyn being 1 or 2 steps ahead of him was able to just finalize on that one final kill.
Absolutely. I mean, they like you said, just a few steps ahead of them. I think that's the difference in the there's nothing more than just a few steps, a few seconds, a few thoughts that kind of run through, maybe comms that are said inside of the situation that aren't said over on the side of the Unreal Nightmare side, but it's just 1 or 2 gunfights that change that entire situation. You go from, that I think P4, I'm terrible in like remembering which one it is, but the that lane before the art hill, basically that street hill, if it right there, Unreal Nightmare in a position to really, they were right there able to take the lead. They were right across that 200 point mark, but they tried to maybe play a little bit for the this next hill, trying to set up for the next hill. Sometimes you don't have to worry about the next hill. Focus more on the hill that we're on. get that time, chip away at it, try and take that lead while setting yourself up. And that's, it's ways on the map to do that, but you have to talk as a team to be able to do that and execute properly. If one person isn't on the game plan, it's not going to work, So we do see OMiT Brooklyn coming out on top in a big 3-1 win for the side of OMiT Brooklyn, winning that hard point, taking the first hard point, search and destroy, and this last hard point here. Unreal Nightmare, doing a good job though. Like I said, they kept it close. That control was a big showing of exactly what they could do as a team and what they can do as Slayers on the map. And they just have, like I said, go back, watch a few different things on the map, on the VOD, and they'll be able to see the mistakes that they made and how to be able to fix that moving forward. But great map win for the side of OMiT Brooklyn. But congrats to them. I'm excited to get this next map going though. We do have Chaos versus Tricksters U18, which is going to be a new team coming in for replacing the New England Bayliners. Same sort of setup there, or same camp in the back end a little bit. Just more people to kind of help out, and we'll see if that management, that the coaching staff are going to be able to help them out, and we might have a new light for the side of the for these rosters, for these kids. For I won't say for the Bayliners because it's a different team, but yeah, excited to see these kids play it out, a new roster that we're going to get a chance to see as well. So but we do have Chaos coming in. They were our top team from last cup, coming in as the second seed from last cup. So we do have an opportunity to kind of see where the Tricksters lie inside of our standings, where they are as players, and if Chaos, if they slacked a little bit after their recent wins, if they maybe changed up their game plan and got better, who knows? We'll kind of be able to see here. I'm excited to get that one going, Bullet. I know you are too. But let's go on ahead, maybe kick it to a quick break, get everything situated, get everything figured out, and we'll be right with you guys, chat, talk about the match, talk about the maps that we have coming up, and it should be a fun one. Closer it is to the win. Sovereign is able to find one, but the rest of it of Unreal Nightmare is going to try and stay alive. They are spawning up in the back. Hyde, though, knows that and hits a great timing. Gets one in the back, but it's
extending the entire pitch from the side of OMiT Brooklyn. A lot of that action happening below that staircase, and right as he gets a straight up bloodbath, and Tradefest busy gets the double with that assault rifle. Is going to come up with that, happening on towards the hill right now. They're actually going to be the side of Nate, that's going to be taking up the side of skill. We do see a couple of both of the players, the side of Super Team and the other one trying to just pinch down. All of the players are trying to put the side of
closer to that victory, that big 250 on the screen. But I'd like to take a second to mention that big 3-piece that we saw in the feed gave Unreal Nightmare an opportunity to try and get some points on the board there. They weren't able to take a big
confidence to just like shut down your opponent in a good old-fashioned card way.
You saw it from the moment that I had mentioned that hill. OMiT was able to maintain majority of every single second on that.
As you can see in the game as well, 215 to 179 might be a victory, first map victory coming up from the side of OMiT Brooklyn. But again, look at those numbers, 39 to 18 coming up from the side of Hyde. It's going to be Nate V on 27 and 24
rotations, but Unreal is still there trying to get some of that hill time. But as we focus onto this next side, I believe it is going to be the side of Unreal already in that hill, waiting for it to pop. Sovereign is there though, does get one. Hyde's able to collapse and get it set. First team for us, and it is looking like the quite opposite that it was for that first hard point. Unreal Nightmares keeping their lead and making sure that they keep a solid map presence on this hill and slaying dominance as well. It's kind of
Caster's desk with Mr. Dash. We have actually kind of enjoyed the entire game coming up from both sides, Dash. But what do you think? Maybe a fail from the side of Unreal Nightmare, or what do you think? OMiT Brooklyn can take it away with a 3-0 map score.
I mean, hey, I'm excited. I'm hoping for start things off, get things going. Sav with the AR right off the rip, but we see Super getting straight into that hill, getting some hill times. High gonna hit that flank, trying to get some secure for this next hill, because he knows the next side of the map is gonna be the most important. And
that a wavy might connect some, but not it's gonna go down for a waste for that utility play. 3v4 is the manpower situation overall, but right now we do see a side of Hyde taking taking another side of skill up onto that upper lobby over there.
They weren't able to take a big amount of points on that hill, but it looks to set them up to success for this hill right here. They are there early. They got the kills to set them in position to get the map control, and trying to see if they can get it planted. They haven't been able, I don't think, for Unreal Nightmare to get a bomb plant down at all yet as an attacker. So we're gonna see if they're gonna be able to do it on this round. A big two-piece combined for the side of skill and super that made this and maintain this push over on this attacking side, going over towards the 3 points. Skills combining for 2. Webby getting the third and fourth as well, making that a big 4 dead for the side of only a few 40 seconds remaining for Unreal Nightmare. But they are on this hill. He's in an advantageous spot. Super great kill, able to get one, but is traded for another. They're still losing this hill, and I believe Stack can get only a few seconds. Starting things off, going on to this defensive round, not allowing OMiT Brooklyn to get any of these points as well, so keeping them off with only 42 seconds remaining, 18 lives left with a 4 life advantage. They're doing sorry, give me one moment. No, sorry, just dealing with another issue. But yes, like you mentioned, they're doing a good job of trying to maintain this. They are able to take that round for if you are on the side of OMiT Brooklyn. So you're making it a 2-2 situation tied up.
Sovereign 1830 media to 90 right now. Coming up with the trophy system, it's gonna be the side of Wavy to take his take him down as soon as he gets the chance to do so. It's very close affair coming up from both sides, because it's gonna be a do or die for the
Nightmare. They have to do it here. They have to hold here. If they don't hold here, it's gonna be all over with. OMiT Brooklyn is in a position to try and put themselves in a map victory as well as a series victory.
Objective point. But right now, again, but it's going to be 2 of the players that can't going back to the hill. Wavy comes up and gets taken down. Precision on the other hand, take the side of story. Now he gets a double with that SMG. Someone's going to come in from the back, and Busy gets secured by the side of Unreal Nightmare. Now upon to that ball map is going to be of course the hard point going back to mode play, and we did saw how actually the side of OMiT Brooklyn gave it a good way to just kind of like shamble your opponent in the
quick. And you see Nate, he's taking the route back to A from the outside, and now I think they have a free plant straight onto this bomb. Hyde on the flank does get one, and he gets away with.
At this point of time, it is still again anyone's game. Of course, it's a Surgeon who's try the first team to get onto that round victories. It's going to be the winner, and it's a 4-4 already. Back-to-back trade games happening. It is a trade test. That's Rain comes in from the alleyway. Hey folks, welcome back to the matchup, and we're going to jump in directly back into the game, folks. It's going to be third map of Hashi. Let me remind you folks, OMiT Brooklyn has already taken up a 2-0 map score line, a 2-0 map score advantage in there.
Get to 250, the closer it is to the win. Sovereign is able to find one, but the rest of it of Unreal Nightmare is going to try and stay alive. They are spawning up in the back. Hyde though knows that and hits a great timing. Hits one in the back, but it's
extending the entire pitch coming up from the side of OMiT Brooklyn. A lot of that action happening below that staircase, and right as you get the straight up. Hey folks, welcome back to the U18 Car League, and we have just witnessed one of a really good matchup between the side of Unreal Nightmare facing the side of OMiT Brooklyn. Yes, it was the side of OMiT Brooklyn to pave their victory upon that one matchup against that team, but it was a really hard fought effort being laid down from the side of Nightmare as well. Our second matchup will be the side of Chaos facing up the side of Tricksters in the second matchup for the broadcast today. Another best of 5. But talking about the maps, of course, the first hard point will be Vault. Search and destroy will be paired on red card, control on proto, then again on hard point will be skyline, then but the last S&D will sorry last control will be played on the map of Green. Overall, a really good set of maps, and right now we'll be jumping down to the first hard point, getting played on Vault.
Yeah, I'm excited to get it going straight into it, guys. Not even going to wait. No, we're not going to waste your guys' time. He told you the maps. We're already in it. Map 1, we got Logano already starting us off hot with a big two-piece Markel, making it at a third. And they have a big bid for the side of Chaos as well as the map ending. For
Yeah,
whatever
we're gonna be
reason, we don't know.
we're gonna be a little bit of that technical difficulty, technical hiccups here and there. Possibly, I feel someone left the game mistakenly, or might be some troubles running up inside the lobby. So yeah, it will be a rehost coming up pretty quickly, and we will just keep you entertained and keep you informed of what's going on. But coming to the point that Vault again is a very interesting map for the side of a more like a hard point. You have a really good map, a really big map, and a good map where a lot of the rotations can cut off in a pretty good way. Talking about the side of Red Card is not one of my favorite maps when it comes on for the side of Search and Destroy. But Proto Skyline is going to be a very interesting play coming up for the side of Control and coming up for the side of Hardpoint again, for the side of Skyline.
So we have a protocol control no matter what. And honestly, I don't know how you feel about that map. It's grown on me more. I'm not a big fan of it. Like I said, I'm more of a Vault fan for control. But I think against these two teams, if you're Chaos, and I'm not too sure who were the map picks and all that, but if you're Chaos in the situation, I think a map like Vault can easily get out of hand, as it is more of an easier control map per se. I think Protocol is one of those maps on defense that if you lock in, if you know how to play it, you can put yourself in an advantageous position to win your defenses. If you know how to play offense, you can set yourself up better. And like I say, Chaos as a team, as I mentioned, to be able to put up against one of the top teams like OMiT Brooklyn, you have to be able to work together as a team and execute on the map properly as a team. So these the teams like Chaos, teams like Unreal Nightmare, they do very well in communicating with each other, talking to each other what's going on in the map and what they're doing. And so I do expect them to probably come out on top in this control. I'm looking for tricksters. They have to start off hot in this hard point. They need to kind of set a tempo, set a tone here early, or it probably can get out of hand early.
Yeah, let's see. I would say overall, it also comes down to the fact that a lot of that, scenario with the positional play, whether it's the trade games happening in, but for the side of Hardpoint, your position place is what matters a lot. You gotta get those guys in your teammates inside the point as well. Of course, you need those frags as well to create that space and create that opportunity for your team and your teammates to get inside the point and rack up those numbers. Coming off for the side of Search and Destroy, you know the drill. It's a pretty basic and one of the most competitive 4v4 action that you can see when it comes down to that card, title. But after that, when it comes down to control, you have a limited number of respawns. So overall, again, maps are somewhere which have been already selected. Feels like it's going to be an interesting play. But at the end, it comes down to the team and how these individuals play inside the team, and coordinate it in between and kind of like show their best gameplay against their opponent.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to. I think that obviously this is a new squad. Like I mentioned, looking at the roster, it's gonna be Ash, Eclipse, Kratos, and Mortem. So we have a bit of like a rookie squad coming in, and they're gonna have to kind of like work together, show out here early. Sorry, got the dogs barking. Got to shut them up or something. But
Yeah,
like I said,
so
with tricksters, though, they're gonna have to at least show out early. That hard point is going to be a definite like a big start to them being either a good team or a bad team. But if they can't execute, then it's gonna be done for early.
yeah, and only I
I
would
think
say, I would say it also comes down to the fact that a lot of these teams that we have seen. And if I just want to say for a fact that for the time that I have casted at U18, I have seen the improvement in the side of Chaos. The roster feels evolved from week number 1 or maybe even before that, but I haven't not seen or I have not casted from the first hand the side of Tricksters. So it will be a little bit surprising for me on how these side of tricksters will take on and approach the side of chaos with kind of like a mindset that they need. But for the side of chaos, I'm pretty sure that if they don't get map number 1, they will definitely get map number 2.
I agree. I think that like you said, if they don't get map 1, they're definitely get map 2, just from the teamwork alone. But like I said, from the side of tricksters, they have to start off strong. I've said it once, I said it twice. I gotta say it a third time because it's really true. This chaos team is going to be a strong team, especially with the you have a I say veteran because Markel is he's still pretty young, so but he's just been in the league for a minute. He's been playing for a while. Sunni's a great player, but you have players like Boyd and Logano who are big slayers on this map, and so you have to look to shutting those players down early, or it's not going to be pretty. But we start off this hill with tricksters getting some time, starting it off early. Got the nice little 2 seconds on the hill, but chaos, they do break on it. They didn't want to allow it to be an easy break. They set up a delayed hit to try and get this time, which I actually do like. But Kratos is trying to push up, get some time, trying to see if he can get somebody off this hill. But Boyd does push up, getting a big 2-piece for the side of chaos, and they're going to try and work towards the P2 side of the map. But tricksters number 1, number 2 are already there, ready for the hill.
Yeah, let's see. For the side of chaos, they're able to get onto that advantage. So now the side is transferred to the side of pump truck, and we do see overall very quick spawn block. Respawn traps coming up from the side of chaos, and they're just able to anticipate where the next point will be, where the next guy is coming up from, and being just right there at the right time. See back kills coming up from the trickster side. That's going to be done on the side of Logano. From the side of chaos will be right there, but no, on the other hand will be the side of Kratos and has to take one of the players out from the side of chaos as I speak. 16 to 41, good progress being done from the side of chaos.
For the side of chaos, a nice little 30-second lead as they do get onto this P2 hill, but they have to look for toward this P3. They are on this hill as well though, so it's nice little getting some time for them. But it does pop soon for this next hill. There we go. So have to get ready for this next hill, and they are going to get on it early. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, please take your time to get it. No problem. 62 to 16 now. At this point of time, it's going to be anyone's lead where one of the teams is actually able to just get onto that momentum play. But for the side of tricksters, they're also giving their level best. We do see the side of Kratos at 5, Mortems at 5. They are able to answer it back in a good old-fashioned way, but again, it's going to be the side of chaos to be a little bit ahead of the entire scenario coming up from their position. They're able to go for those really good rotation. They're able to kind of be on the right kind of like a flank and overall positioning coming up in this matchup right now against the side of tricksters. But yeah, as I was talking about the side of Eclipse as well, he's been phenomenal as well. We do see not a lot of kills from the side of tricksters. We're giving up a really good fight against the side of chaos. But again, for the longer duration that we have seen in the first round, there's going to be a lot of that engagement happening in from the side of chaos as well, and they are actually able to win it.
And they're gonna actually do it like you said. They're taking that lead. It's a nice little charge. Appreciate you for taking over for me there, Bullet. But I am back. They're gonna get on this hill, and it's look like chaos is back too, just like they were in that cup 2 at the end. They're back in form, never left. Hill is popping, and they're popping off as well. Big 2-piece for Markel, staying alive in this hill. That he has to do get one more. He's not able to, as Kratos is able to pop off and maybe get 2 of his own. But for the side of tricksters, they're in a big deficit, about 70 seconds for them to try and catch up here. So they have to try and set themselves up for like, you need a money hill, you need a 60, or it's going to probably hit. crazy out of hand.
16 to 37 right now. It's going to be the side of chaos to be on that really good supreme play. At this point of time, it just feels like a straight up domination coming up from the side of chaos on this hard point. Again, I have said for the fact that this is one of the maps where you can actually set up good choke points and just like get in very like aggressive on the face of your opponent, and that is not exactly going to be the case, but they are definitely getting those kills. So again, I can definitely say for a fact that tricksters are proving to be really good competition against that of chaos here in this matchup.
And it's about 100-point lead for the side of chaos. So I mean, if you are on chaos, you're in a pretty position to try and at least take some risks to set yourself up. You can allow them to get some scrap time here and there, but it looks like if you're chaos, they're just going full face forward, not worrying about giving up any time. They're just going straight into break, and Tricksters is giving it up for them. They allowed them to push straight through the front, and now have spawns for the back. And Tricksters, though, they do spawn up. You see number one getting a quick spawn in the back, and I'm not sure if the chaos is reading it, but they are going to be able to spot the timing. Will they get to the kill, though? If you are, Eclipse does get one, gets him off of the time, but he does get cut down early. Ash, though, is here as well for the trade, but he's not going to be able to get in, sliding in. Bojano is ready for one, does get a big trade, or a couple of bullets. Markel is helping him combine for that second as well, and that's a big 4 dead for Chaos, getting that scrap time, but they have to set up for new as well. Going ahead and waiting for that heal to pop. Markel's on a big 5 spree. He's already in that hill. Chaos is going to go ahead and take it over here as they're already crossing that 200-point mark. And like I said, they're going to take a couple of risks, allowing the side of Tricksters to get onto this hill. I believe, by the way, they just had our caster's power go out, so I'm going to be just soloing for just a few moments, but I mean, Chaos is doing their thing already, crossing that 200% mark, like I said, and allowing some time to pass. It looks like they're more so playing with their food than anything, but trying to set themselves up to just take an easy win maybe. But those spawns do flip, and you see number 8. He didn't realize it until he started getting shot in the back. A few bullets does go off, but that's a big 3-piece again for the side of Chaos. And once that hill does pop, it should be all over here at this new hill. It's going to be 230, crossing that mark towards the almost the 250 mark. Welcome to the 100-point club. If you are the Tricksters, first series, I believe, all together. I'm not sure if it's their first series overall. I think it is. I don't think they got to play matches on Tuesday. So, if you are the side of Tricksters, you gotta, lock in, try and take the series as something like a grain of salt. Take what you what you can from it, try and build, create something, and actually learn from it. But we'll see if that's going to pan out well for the side of Tricksters. They have to try and take, like I said, take the things that you messed up and put it towards learning and relook at that VOD. We do have everybody on the side of Chaos positive, I believe, yes, and for the most part on the side of Tricksters they are negative. So just had to work on trying to get those kills and executing as a team on the map properly. But we will just go ahead and just kick it to a quick break as we wait for the next hill to pop, or sorry, for the next hill to pop. COD brain. Closer it is to the win. Sovereign is able to find one, but the rest of it of Unreal Nightmare is gonna try and stay alive. They are spawning up in the back. Hyde though knows that and hits a great timing. Gets one in the back, but it's
extending the entire pitch up from the side of OMiT. With a lot of that action happening below that staircase, and right as you get the straight up Bloodbath and Trade Fest. Breezy gets the double with that assault rifle. Is going to come up with that. Happening on towards the hill right now. There's actually going to be the side of the game, but taking up the side of the skill. We do see a couple of but there's the side of Super Team, another one trying to like just pinch down all of the players who are trying to come with the side of
closer to that victory, that big 250 on the screen. But I'd like to take a second to mention that big 3-piece that we saw in the feed gave Unreal Nightmare an opportunity to try and get some points on the board there. They weren't able to take a big
confidence to just like shut down your opponent in a good old-fashioned God way.
You saw it from the moment that. All right, welcome back, guys. We are right back into it. Just going quick. Don't want to waste anybody's time. Going straight into this map too. And Boyd doesn't want to waste any time either getting that first blood. But Eclipse and Ash do combine for two, making it a 3v2 situation. But it's a 2v2 situation with Markel getting one. Ash with a quick trade. Chaos now. Suni in a 1v2 situation does see one, but isn't able to snap onto the second fast enough. And that's going to be a quick round win for the side of Tricksters. I'm sorry. That could have went, honestly, the other way very quickly. Suni almost snapped on him easily. Want to see this next map here. Sorry, not next map. Next round here. Have Chaos over on the attacking side. We'll see where they're going to go with this bomb. Everyone starting off pretty even on both sides, getting the kill in that first round. Pictures just able to come out on top there. Kratos ready for one. Was not expecting all four to hit him at the same time. Mortem, though, gets a second. Not able to find the third, but Ash is outside. Knows that he's going to be cowed soon. Tries to play his life, but Chaos comes out on top there in that 1v1 situation. I think that looked like some Suni slides. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I saw it in Suni winning that gunfight this time. Wasn't able to clutch up in the 1v2 the first round, but is able to clutch up in a 1v1 here. So big round win for the side of Chaos, just to keep the momentum going, not allow Tricksters to establish any. We'll go into this next round here where we have to see Eclipse trying to make something happen with this bomb. If they're unable to by themselves, I'm sorry, if they're unable to this round, then it's going to be a difficult S&D for them. But it's a big 2-piece coming out of the side of Tricksters right off the rip, making it a 3v2 situation. Eclipse getting down this bomb early, and like I said in previous matches in S&D, the important thing about that offense is to get that bomb down. Eclipse is able to get it down early. Mortem sees the team or Boyd diving out, an incredible James Bond type of kill. It's one, making it a 2v2 situation. Logano is pushing up, trying to see if he can make something happen, but Kratos is ready for him. Does get the kill. Boyd is unaware of where the other might be and does get cut down quickly. Once again, Tricksters winning their offensive round. It's a good S&D so far coming out of the boys. If they're not going to be able to win it on the hard points, then you have to win it on the S&D, and it's just showing good teamwork out of the team. We do need to see Chaos though here, trying to slow down pace just a little bit. Saw Boyd Bance diving out of the shed top from the top ropes, trying to get that kill, and he got it. But maybe it could have been an overzealous play that can lead to you maybe getting a 2-piece instead of just one. But we see Chaos here with this bomb this time again, pushing towards that B side. Sees one, gets one, does get traded out though. Kratos ready for the second, gets the kill. Logano is in the cut, pushed up, waiting for them to get child, and he does get one, but he clips. He knows that, oh my God, that is only one, and he is weak, so they just keep running at him. He does get one, and that was almost an incredible play out of the side of Logano, but just a hair too close or too far for those pistol shots to land. Good kill out of the clips there. On the attacking side now is Tricksters with the bomb. The clip's going towards that B bomb site, and it looks like KS is going to be ready for this hit. They have a 2-2 split on both sides of the map, already applying some pressure. As you see number 7, Suni already behind them, does get one. Tries to back up to play his life, but Logano also slides in, getting a second action in the middle of the map near that bomb site. And somehow number 5 is going to be Markel, is still behind them as well. Mortem, though, does find Suni, making it a 2v2 situation, but they don't know that Markel is still in the back here. Mortem does get cut down as well. 2v1 situation quickly down to a 2v0 as Chaos does come out on top here. 3v2 for the round count, though, so they still have to win another just to try and tie it up here. We'll see if they can do that here on the offensive side. It's been very common this entire map so far that we've had the teams go towards that B side of the map, and it looks like we have Chaos doing it once more again. Clips does get one early kill, starting us off with the first blood. 4v3 situation for the side of Tricksters, but Suni, quick kill, gets one, gets out. Markel gets another as well, making it a 2v3 situation. Life advantage for the side of Chaos, and Suni with the gunny hot finds another as well. 3v1 situation. Ash is the last one left alive, and they know exactly where he is. The only thing he can do is try and play his life, see if he can pick one off, and Logano is not gonna let that happen. I'm pretty sure that was Logan shutting it down with the gunny. 3v3. Oh, that was Markel. 3v3 situation, or sorry, 3v3 in the round count. Going into this round, 3v3, you have Tricksters on the attacking round this time. They do go towards that A bomb side this time. Like I said, we've had teams go towards his A side more likely than not. I'm sorry, this B side more likely than not. They opt to go towards his A side this time with a life advantage as well. Bomb looks like it's going down soon. Suni almost able to catch him off guard, but Ash did have eyes on the bomb. Void and Markel, though, are able to follow up with overseeing as well, getting a big 2-piece, making it a 2v2 situation with Mortem and Kratos last alive versus Void and Markel. Void in the back does spot one, but Mortem spots him as well. I'm not sure if he knows that both players are back here, though, so if he slides too soon and isn't able to catch one off, he might just get double shot. We have the side of Kratos trying to make something happen, but Markel was there for it. Does get one, making it a 1v2 situation, and Mortem can't do anything more. 4v3. Chaos takes it. The bright side of these attacking rounds are we do see teams going for these bomb plants, just about actually getting them down and being able to maintain a solid hold. Once you can do that, get that bomb down early, maintain a hold, and just get yourself set up. You can put yourself in a position to actually take these offensive rounds. But we've just been seeing a lot of back and forth on both sides. 4v2 situation, quick with Logano getting the big two-piece. Fordham and Eclipse finding two as well. 2v1 situation. Suni is last alive here in a 1v2 situation. He was just had this situation moments ago where it came out on top for Tricksters. Will he be able to do it this time? But he does get shut down. Tricksters with the round win, tying us to a 4-4 round count. And we'll see if we're going to be able to see these teams kind of take some sort of actual dominance on the map. We've been seeing it go pretty back and forth here for the most part. I'm not too sure if one team has won 2 rounds in a row just yet, but Chaos obviously, or one of these two, they want that to happen. Chaos being in the lead in the series already 1-0. Tricksters, they have to try and win this here to even try and tie it up. Going down 2-0 is not a bright sight against the number 2 team from the previous cup, but Boyd and Markel already getting 2. Mortem, though, does find 1, giving just a little bit of light. But Logano, great shots from across the map. 3v1 situation. Chaos shutting them down, killing Mortem. And there's that second round, 2 in a row. Try and do the same though. Once again, if they want to end it here on the map point, try and take a 2-0 lead. The Tricksters will have to lock in, shut them down. I believe they're going to be on a defensive round. Apology, yes, defense coming in. So they have an opportunity in a position here to just keep them off of the bomb, try and stay alive, don't make any overzealous plays. But Boyd, I think with this bomb in hand, he plans on getting it planted early and setting himself up for success. Hitting that route. Mortem doesn't. He holds some discipline, holds that trigger finger, gets one off guard. But Logano and Boyd as well is there. They get the trades. 2-1 situation quickly for the side of Tricksters and make that a Chaos victory. 6-4 S&D win. 2-0 for the side of Chaos. I mean, once again, I think, the Kratos was in a great position there. He does get one, but maybe just holding his trigger finger for just a few moments longer, waiting for that last person to come through. You just, if he doesn't, and it's honestly just a skill, a time thing. You have to learn how to hold your trigger over time. But we're excited to see if that one's if that is the end all be all, or if they'll be able to come back from this loss here. We obviously are 2-0 for the side of Chaos, so we're gonna go to a quick break. I believe we do have let's see what our map 3 will be. Protocol. I already talked about it, so I mentioned it already, expecting Chaos to maybe come out on top here again, but we'll see if Tricksters can put some work in, but we'll see right after the break. Closer it is to the win. Sovereign is able to find one, but the rest of it of Unreal Nightmare is going to try and stay alive. They are spawning up in the back. Hyde, though, knows that and hits a great timing. Gets one in the back, but it's only a few 40 seconds remaining for Unreal Nightmare, but they are on this hill. He's in an advantageous spot. Super great kill, able to get one, but is traded for another. They're still losing this hill, and I believe Stack can get only a few seconds take these offensive rounds. But we've just been seeing a lot of back and forth on both sides. 4v2 situation, quick with Logano getting a big two-piece.
Sovereign 1820 media to 90 right now. Coming up with the corner of the trophy system, it's going to be decided Wavy to take his take him down as soon as he gets the chance to do so. It's a very close affair coming up from both sides because it's going to be a two-way die for the
starts things off going on to this defensive round, not allowing OMiT Brooklyn to get any of these points as well, so keeping them off with only 42 seconds remaining, 18 lives left with a 4 life advantage. They're doing Nightmare. They have to do it here. They have to hold here. If they don't hold here, it's going to be all over with. OMiT Brooklyn is in a position to try and put themselves in a map victory as well as a series victory quick. And you see Nate, wait, he's taking the route back to A from the outside, and now I think they have a free plant straight onto this bomb. Hyde on the flank does get one, and he gets away with
happening on towards the hill right now. They're actually going to be the side of main, picking up the side of the skill. We do see a couple of both of the players, the side of Supreme and the other one trying to like just pinch down all of the players who are trying to take on the side of.
Sorry, give me one moment. No, sorry, just dealing with another issue. But yes, like you mentioned, they're doing a good job of trying to maintain this. They are able to take that round for if you are on the side of OMiT Brooklyn. So you're making it a 2-2 situation, tied up with rotations. But Unreal is still there trying to get some of that hill time. But as we focus onto this next side, I believe it is going to be the side of Unreal already in that hill, waiting towards the top. Sovereign is there though, does get one. High is able to collapse and get a second, maintain this push over on this attacking side, going over towards the 3 points. Seems to be skilled in mining for 2. Webby getting the third and fourth as well, making that a big 4 dead for the side of first team for us. And it is looking like the quite opposite that it was for that first hard point. Unreal Nightmares keeping their lead and making sure that they keep a solid map presence on this hill and slaying dominance as well. It's kind of
confidence to just like shut down your opponent in a good old-fashioned God way.
You saw it. And welcome back to the U18 CDL. We're right back into it. Map 3 protocol. I talked about it. We got Chaos and Faces coming into it right off of the rip. Markel starting us off early. Eclipse is combining as well, getting those first bloods for both sides of the party. They're starting us off hot. Boy, getting another as well on the left side of the map, trying to push up towards this their spawn, as Tricksters is inside of are on our attacking side this first round here. Eclipse getting one, but Void doing everything he can to keep them off of that hill. Already on a spree there if you are on the side of Chaos, so we'll see and look to see if they maybe get any streaks going, or if it's just a couple of streaky moments for these teams. But we do already have them pushed up in the spawn, about a 4 life deficit for the side of Tricksters, and we'll see if they're going to be able to take anything from either of these hills. But just for a moment, first time able to tap onto this B point. 23 seconds remaining though, and Chaos is already pushing up through, and if they don't stop it, now it's gonna be too late. Stop the B point for just a few moments, but Suni and Co, they're ready, and their guns are firing. Like I said, this protocol control is just one of those game modes that if you on defense, if you know how to play it well, it can get out of control very, very quickly, especially when you have a very slate roster as the Chaos squad does. So we'll see if it does in here, but 6 seconds remaining, and they're able to get onto this 8 point in just a moment. They do have a double stack, so it can go pretty quickly. Markel and Suni, they do slide on. Suni combining for one, pre-firing, trying to get that second. Markel has Overwatch, so even if he does die, Markel will be able to there to try and help for that trade, but they have to make a decision, either play for the trade or play for the heal, as they are losing both points now, and that's going to be Eclipse on this B point, but there's only 4 seconds and the rest of his teammates are nowhere to be found, and that is round one, Chaos taking that victory on a nice little defensive round. Guys, I just yapped for a whole round straight. Some water. Going into the second round, we have Chaos over on the attacking side, so an opportunity here for Tricksters to try and do the same that Chaos just did to them, but it obviously does, still need the correct work and plays on the map to happen. And Boyd and Logano are trying to make it nice and easy, getting a big 4 dead early for the side of Chaos, and already hopping over onto both points. Actually, now that I'm looking at the map, they are capturing both points, so the team Chaos or Tricksters needs to make a decision, which point do we want to try and keep them off of, and it looks like neither of them are going to be able to stop, as A point is almost completely gone and B point is nearly halfway gone as well. We are just experiencing just a little bit of lag here. There we are. Sorry about that, guys. It's just a little bit of a lag, but we're right back into it, and we're coming into it with Chaos already. Win about 12 lives in an advantage, and the B point is nearly gone. Just about. Kratos gets knife. Last one on the point. Got knife from behind. And that's going to be another round win for the side of Chaos. It was like time travel there for a moment. We left and came back, and the Chaos ends it all. We have a one more round if you're Chaos that, they're trying to end it all here. Tricksters, though, you have to kind of lock in if you want to take us to any further. Try and slow down the pace, set some pace yourself. As we do, look at the scoreboards over on the side of Chaos, mostly positive, I believe all positive, yeah, for the side of Chaos, but over on the side of Tricksters, once again, just for what's the respawn game modes, as I'll say, that they just have to kind of work on their pacing a little bit more, and that comes as a squad, working together, working more as a team, figuring out what plays they can and can't make, but we're aiming in closer towards the end of this control, and they have to try and find pace sooner rather than later. It looks like it's a little bit of lag from the server side, but we're good now, coming back, right? Like I said, it's just time travel, but it's 26-27, and both parties or both teams are looking to try and slow down this pace just a little bit more. Logan, though, he's looking to set pace, trying to chow everything and everything. Kratos gets a big 2-piece on the point, trying to see what he can do for his team, but it might not be enough, as they're only on this B point, as there's only one person there, and they'll need to try and see if they can push up a little bit further to try and take more map control on this Kratos over on that A point does hop on for just a few moments, but Suni and Logano are there ready for them to stop it all. Eclipse, though, does get sliding through, and he slices right through the map, the middle of the map. They don't see him, and he's able to try and get towards this point, but does get cut down by Logano. Sunni, though, big two-piece near the spawn. Ash and Mortem, how you feeling? Get sent back, reload, try again. Kratos is able to try and slide in, though, getting one, trying to apply some pressure for his team, but it's only a 19 to 13 life count. 20 seconds left on this hill, and Tricksters, you gotta touch the time. You have to stop it, or it's gonna be all over. You gotta stop the bleeding for just a moment. You see it in red, you see it in blues and in purples. Only 5 seconds remaining until this map is all over, and Chaos will take us to a 3-0 victory. Sunni diving on as the clock is stopped for just a moment, and he gets us right to victory. 3-0 win for the side of Chaos U18 in a rather dominant standard. We'll just take a moment to look at Logano sliding over, getting a nice little three-piece in the feed for us. That'll be great for highlights, as this was a dominant showing from the side of Chaos. And we see in the kill, or in the scores department, 20 and 11, 20 and 7. Everyone positive over on the side of Chaos. I mean, that's just great work from the boys. I mean, that was just a dominant showing, a dominant win for the side of Chaos. Nothing more to be really said from that. And I think we can all agree, you know, like I said, as the top two team coming in from last cup, we kind of expected that to happen, but also it's a new roster for the Tricksters. Very, very fresh roster, and they just need to develop and learn as a team, and actually go back and try and like learn from these, you know, every map. It's you're playing against a team who's more of a veteran squad, played together with each other before, have been playing for a while, so have to, you know, develop and learn really. But great showing out of both the teams that we had here today. OMiT Brooklyn taking it 3-1 versus Unreal Nightmare, and Chaos taking it a big 3-0 win. Nice little victory for the side of Chaos versus Tricksters. And I mean, hey, all I have to say is I appreciate you guys for sticking with me. Appreciate you guys for watching. We had a couple of technical difficulties today. Obviously, our second caster had a power outage. Nothing we can really do about that. So I'm here, going to end it all, going to finish it off. But I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Appreciate you guys for watching as always. We're going to go on ahead and end it off here. And we'll be back for more matches. Make sure you guys lock in Saturday and Sunday. Matches don't end. We're still here. We got more to come. Cup 3, Rising Stars Cup 3. Go excited for the action. Excited to see these guys kick it off. And yeah, we'll be back over the weekend. Have a nice night, guys. He's looking at set piece, trying to chow everything and everything. Kratos gets a big two-piece on the point, trying to see what he can